Good morning, everyone. My name is Arslan, and you are watching Proper Pariksha, the place where we strive for excellence in a simple and comprehensive manner. So, today we'll be starting the topic of data handling as to how many types or categories of the presentation or plotting of data are there. You can also correlate that with organizing data. So, without any further ado, let's start. Okay, so types of data organization. So data organization can be done into various forms. The most basic form of data organization is tabular data. So before we come to bar graphs and pie charts, I will mention the tabular data. That is the most basic and the most preferred second step after collecting of data. So that is tabular data, in which you present the choices C1, C2 and C3 in rows, and you represent the number of applicants who have opted for this. Number of applicants or number of voters, you can directly say. So number of voters for C1, C2, C3 and so on will be represented in the form of data, and that will be having the n number of rows as per the n number of choices which are present for data collection, and only two columns which will have you be writing the number of voters that you have encountered. How do we write that? We write that in the form of this, and is the most simplest form of organizing data. After organizing data into a tabular form, what do we do? We can present them or plot them in three categories. These are the basic three categories. There are various other types of categories there, which I will mention later on. But the first is to understand the basic categories which are available to plot the data. First is bar graph, second is pie chart, and third is the pictograph. So what is a bar graph? If I would like to let you know, bar graph is nothing but representing the data in the form of x and y axis. X and y axis. So x axis will represent the type or the category of choices or type of category of things that have been taken into account while collecting the data. For example, choice 1 or fruit 1 or car 1, etc. So choice 1, choice 2, choice 3 and so on. And the y-axis will represent the amount of votes that each choice has encountered or collected. So here you can see that choice 1 has got a total of 5 votes. Choice 2 on the other hand, as it has got a total of 8 votes. And choice 3 has got the maximum number of 10 votes, and the least number of votes has been received by, that is, choice 5. So this is how we make a bar graph. Bar graph or bar graph is basically is basically data plotted on x and y axis, where the x axis represent the relevant choices or of the related survey, and the y axis represent the quantity or the number of votes that has been received by that choice. Okay, so various types of categories of choices can be there. For example, you can have only one car. That is, I want to know that Maruti, or I will not name any car. I want to know that company A model car B, model is B, and the variant of C. That is, it can be petrol, diesel, CNG, hybrid, electric, etc. So, company A Company A का model B car and the variant C car, how much was it sold in the various years? And years can be written over here. For example, I can mention over here 2001, 2002, 3, 4, and 5. And how many can be represented on the y-axis? So here it will represent 5 lakhs, here it will represent 8 lakhs, and it will represent 10 lakhs. And below that, you can just write a simple note or a simple label or a simple thing that represents the scale of the bar graph. That is, y-axis 1 centimeter or 10 millimeter represents 1 lakh. That is why when we will reach at the 5, that will mean 5 lakhs, and 8 will mean 8 lakhs. So that is known as the scale of bar graph. Okay, so coming to the next type of data or data presentation method, that is the pie charts. So what is pie charts? Pie charts is nothing but a circle that has a total of 360 degrees and proportion, and as per the proportion of votes that it has collected, each choice has collected, and it is allotted a certain amount of degree among the pie chart. Simplest method which I can let you know is that for example there were two choices which were made among the pie chart, and the third choice was none of the above. For example, I say that a choice was made among, or I can do what? I can make the choice something like this, that this is 120 and this will be uh, okay, this will be 60 degrees and this will also be 120 degrees. Okay, this is okay. So for choice 1, we made this part, for choice 2, we made this part, and for choice 3, we made this part. Among choice 1, you can say that it was a banana. For choice 2, you can say that it was an orange. And for choice 3, you can say that it was other, or you can say none of the above. For example, I wanted to make a research or may collect data only regarding banana and orange. So I will just count the votes for banana and orange and any other fruit if the voter or if the person who we are interviewing says, then it will be counted as other. Okay, so for example, we interviewed 100 people. Okay, stay with me. If we interviewed 100 people and out of 100 people, we got a total of, let's say, 120. So 120 divided by 360, that is 3 times. So for example, we got a total of 33.33% of votes for banana. Okay. After that, we got 60. So 60 upon 360 is 1/6. So 1/6 will mean that 100 divided by 6, that is 1, and that will be 40 to 6 36, and then again 4066, so it will be 67. Okay, so and the vote of 16.67 percentage bar has been got for or counted for orange, and the remaining of 33.33 bar percentage has been received for other. So how will we plot that? We want 33.33 percentage of the 360 degrees. So if you will multiply 33.33 percentage of 360 degree, how will you do that? This is actually a percentage. So if you want to remove this percentage sign, you will just have to, or maybe because of my video it is not visible, so I will just move it up a little bit. So 33.3 percentage, how much degree will it have is that 33.33% will be multiplied with 360 degrees. This percentage will be removed by making a division of 100, and after that we will have the answer of approximately 120 degrees. That will be approximately 120 degrees, and by using a protractor we will make a 120 degrees over here and we will plot it for C1. Similarly, 16.67 percentage will be plotted as 60 degrees for C2, and 33.33%, that is roughly 120 degrees, will be plotted for C3. So this is the simplest method that I can let you know as to how to plot a pie chart. I think that it is understood and there is no confusion as of now. In case you have any confusion, comment in the comment section or reach us out at any of our social handles, LinkedIn or Facebook, and we will definitely reply you back. Coming to the next type of data presentation, and that is pictograph. So what is a pictograph? If you would like to guess only listening or reading the name of pictograph, I hope that some of you might have guessed that pictograph is a graph that uses pictures to plot the data. Okay, this is the simplest definition that anyone can conclude by hearing the name of pictograph, and that is correct. So pictograph basically uses pictures rather than the type of uh, 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 sticks or type of like bar graphs, etc. It uses pictures in order to represent data. For example, if I wanted to represent a data concerned with the number of people who have voted for various choices, then I will make smiley, or I will make a representation of a person, and I will make number of representations depending upon the number of people who have voted for. For example, if two people had voted, I will make two stickman or two smileys to represent for choice one. If the number of people who have voted for 2000, then I will just simply write that each stick man represents 1000. That will be the scale, and therefore, or the conversion, and that will mean that C1 has 2, so 2 into 1000 will mean 2000. Also, you can represent that if the number of people are 1000 who have voted for C1, and you want to have the conversion of somewhat like lesser than 1000, you can represent that as 500 also. So each stickman represents 500 people. So 500 into 2 will also make 1000. And similarly, you can change the conversion factor and or multiplication factor or the scale in order to make sure that each stickman or each smiley is read without any mistake. If you are concerned regarding the number of trees in a particular garden, for example, I have to make a survey that how many types of this particular tree and this particular tree and this particular tree. For example, I have three sets of data, three sets of choices that I have made predefined, and that is mango tree, apple tree, and neem tree. So how many trees are there? So I will just make a mango tree by making a mango, and for a apple tree I will make an apple, and for a neem tree I will just make a leaf that is similar to a neem tree, and I will represent that this one mango represents 100 or 10 or 5 or 20, etc. So this is basically what we mean by pictographs. Pictographs use pictures, emoticons, smileys, symbols, etc. to represent the number of votes, number of data, number of inputs that we have encountered while doing our research or survey in order to attract the viewers. This type of data is generally used to attract the viewers inside a magazine or a daily or a newspaper, etc. And charts are basically used to represent data which are related to market research or academic research or anything that is more technical. And bar graphs are more generally used to represent data that are related to time, that is 2001, 2003, 4, that is a histogram, or you can see. Okay, apart from these three, the other types of data presentation that are available for advanced users who use Microsoft Excel or plot data manually is like scatter graphs. You can have other types of graphs or continuous graphs. So these are other types of data that are available for plotting data or presenting data. So as of now, it will be not much useful to mention those. So I will skip that part. But you can search for yourself a scatter graph or a scatter plot, okay, and a continuous line plot. Okay, so continuous line plot and scatter graph can be derived from a bar graph. Okay, scatter graph and continuous line can be plotted from a bar graph, and that can also have different types of variations like linear, or you can have it quadratic, or you can have cubic, etc. So the type of connection between each point will be either linear, quadratic, or cubic, or logarithmic, etc. So you can also define that. That is an advanced thing, so just listen to it, just remember that, just know that, so that you have an additional knowledge base. Now coming to what is mentioned next. Okay, and mentioned next is pictographs, and I think that we have We will discuss pictographs in much more detail along with some examples in the next video. And till now, it will be much better if you would make notes regarding the bar graphs, regarding the pie charts, and regarding the pictographs in your respective notebooks. So with this, we summarize the topic of types of data organization, or much more precise, types of data presentation and plotting. So I hope that you enjoyed our lectures and you understood each and every concept. In the next video, we'll be dealing with the pictographs, as I've already shown you the notes. And if you like our videos, you can subscribe to our channel and hit the like button. In case you have any suggestions or any feedbacks for us, or if you want to ask us anything, you can comment in the comment section and we'll definitely reply you back, or connect with us on any of the social media handles like LinkedIn, Facebook, etc. And lastly, nothing more is left. Just keep on revising, keep on making notes. Till the next time we meet. Goodbye.